And we are live, Chosen Life Podcast, episode number 4. I am your host, the Chosen Lawyer. And today I have a very, very special guest, a great friend of mine, a great influence for me. I have known this man, I think, close to 10 years now. His name is Ed Arabian. Ed, a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Chosen Life Podcast.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I'm really excited to be here. Episode number 4. It's a good luck number for me. So here we go.
Perfect. Not a coincidence, I think. The universe meant to be number 4.
Yeah.
So we've known each other now, Ed, I would say at least 10 years. You've seen me through life?
For sure. Yeah. I met you, I think, first time when I was in the Promenade Mall. You walked in and in your baggy, disheveled clothing, and we're like, this guy needs help. We got to help him out here. So
it was very, very bad. I remember walking through. I remember you switched a couple of different locations when you were in the Promenade Mall.
Yeah.
And I'm coming through the one area, and for people who've come there, not come there at certain times, it's kind of like walking through a ghost town. Like you can see the tumbleweeds going through the hallways, right? And I see the store. I'm like, Ed's, I don't know what that is. And I see a couple of things sticking my eye. I'm like, okay, I've always wanted to be fashionable. Let's go in there. And we started chatting it up. And before you know it, I walk out of there with a bunch of clothes, and then the relationship began.
It did. And I think I told you right away, buddy, your shirt doesn't fit right.
I remember
we got a taper that for you. You're like, what are you talking about? This looks good. I'm like, shaking my head. Then you came back because I was honest.
Well, the thing is, you have to understand that when you grow up in a Jewish household, right? And you have a Jewish mom, what happens is you can never have anything that actually fits you. What they tell you is you're going to grow into it. Don't buy exact because it's going to get too small on you. And then when you're in your 30s, you kind of realize, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be growing anymore here. I think I could start wearing stuff that fits me. So I met you just in the nick of time, I think, when I was done growing, and at least stomach wise. And it was time to actually dress appropriately. And with you, the whole thing of Stylin and Profilin began. So you started my path for Stylin. Awesome. So thank you.
No, and for sure. I remember you coming in and you're saying you stopped growing, but you were probably at the peak of your growth. And once I got to start getting to know you, you changed this whole lifestyle. You got into the whole yoga thing, and you started shedding weight too. So even the clothes that did fit well, weren't fitting well after a few months because you were just burning it off. So eventually I remember we did some clothes a few times for you. So man, that's what it's all about. And we got you in order, and you came back for more and became friends that way. And here we are today.
You have a great memory.
You were just killing it, buddy. Chosen Lawyer.
There was a point I remember. You're right, and you got me clothes that fit me at the time. I made the decision that I was the heaviest I ever was. I was not a good place. I was not in a good place in my life at that point. I went to yoga every day, and then 6 months, 8 months later, I came to you and I said to you, Ed, I own now 2 pairs of sweatpants, 2 pairs of t-shirts, I think.
I remember.
I've given up my whole clothes. I donated because nothing fits me anymore. And now we have to start from scratch. Yeah. And we started building and I learned a wardrobe, and you have pieces, and the pieces serve a certain purpose. You're not just getting a million things because they're on sale and they look nice on the rack. You need to actually pick stuff that actually fit you, right?
Absolutely. That's a very common mistake when people are trying to come in and rebuild or lose weight or gain weight or whatever. I always tell people, and I'm very honest with them when they come to the store, is don't buy all at once. Like you can, we sell quality stuff. It can get expensive. Buy pieces, and I'll help you buy pieces. Buy your navy blazer, or buy your, a couple nice pairs of jeans, or, nice white dress shirts, but do a little bit at a time. And I think that's how we helped you. I was like, buy a few shirts now. Don't buy 12. I mean, we have guys that come in and buy 12. And I think one point you came in and bought like 6 jackets at once. But I think that was when you were ready. You were like, yeah, maybe more. But I think you were at that point, you're like, okay, I'm comfortable with where my weight is. And we need stuff for work now that looks good, because I'm tired of wearing, frumpy stuff. So it works out. But everybody's different, but definitely buying a few pieces at a time. A lot of guys make that mistake. So it's a benefit to come in and do it, piece by piece. And I can definitely help you do that. So.
Yeah, no, you're very, very good at it. You can spot somebody a mile away. You know already which designers are going to work for them, how the cuts are. I remember when I first met you, there's certain pieces I was attracted to. You're like, no, this person, they cut it this kind of way. You're supposed to go this way. And you started leading me towards there. And when I bought the multiple jackets, for example, because a lot of guys, we can't just buy easily off the rack, depending on the designer, especially. We usually have to get some sort of alterations, perhaps. When you have a designer that you know for your body frame, like I, for example, have broad shoulders, I have short arms, and I can buy something off the rack and it's going to fit me perfect without one alteration. I get excited about that. And
for sure. I remember Blue Industry was a really good brand for you. It's soft shoulders, fit your shoulder line really well. And then I don't even know if we had to cut the sleeve for you there. I think it was fit you bang on. That's right. So
and that's the thing. And you remember these things, and it's amazing the relationships in sales. It's not about selling, right? It's about building relationships. And you and I, we built a friendship, and it wasn't about buying clothes from you. It was I wanted to go visit Ed on a Saturday, and there are times I didn't buy anything, but we just connected and everything.
That's why we have a little espresso bar in the store for guys just come and shoot the shit. Sometimes it's a bit of a Seinfeld episode some days, but end of the day, it works. The formula works for sure.
Now it's interesting. So at my firm, for example, my partner David, so David Corman. And as I got to know him and the family, so the Kormans, when you're a Korman, you're one of two things. You're either a lawyer or you're in the clothing business.
Yeah, for sure.
He had a famous uncle. His name was Saul Korman.
Saul. Yeah, I did know Saul. Yeah.
Right. 569 Danforth Avenue. And you remember the ads. And David,
I can't forget.
And David's father was in the clothing business as well.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing how it becomes a family relationship and how family connects that way and the lineage follows. You have a famous father as well.
Famous in the city, I guess. Yeah, Paul's Tailors at Bathurst and Wilson. My dad's been a tailor there and won't leave. We're trying to get him to retire, but he won't hang it up. He's been in the Jewish community there, in the neighborhood on Bathurst, and he just loves going into work and being their tailor. And it's a revolving door in there. But yeah, he does a lot of work for
everyone.
Big names in the city. Tons of athletes go there, and then even Harry Rosen will send him stuff from the big clothing stores. But yeah, so I've followed in his footsteps for sure, and that's where it's in my blood, absolutely coming through, right? So, and I don't think that'll ever stop. It's something that's in me. So I grew up when I was 5 years old, going to a shop and feeling fabric and doing what we had to do there, and eventually turned it into a clothing store. I knew I never wanted to sew clothing, right? But I knew I wanted to always be around the clothing business for sure. So.
It's interesting. I was a second generation lawyer. My dad was a lawyer before me. He died when I was very young, but I always knew I was going to be a lawyer. So it's amazing how we can follow in our parents' footsteps and how the apple don't fall far from the tree. And my brother, I was going to say, my brother has absolutely no interest in being in the clothing business. He's got his own little good marketing company. And then my sister's an architect. So I'm the one that followed dad's footsteps for sure. Amazing. And I was so excited when we'd opened up our Toronto office finally. And sure enough, I'm just down the street from him. We're closer to the Lawrence side. He's on the Wilson side. Yeah. And I tell you how times I dropped him off stuff as I'm going to the office. And it's amazing how many times I've gone there, and there's always everybody from every walk of life. Yeah. And they all find him the same way when you relocated your store and you went off from the promenade, you were in Markham North. Yep. And
Markville Mall to Promenade, and then back to the location I'm at now for 9 years now. Yeah.
Amazing. Ed's Fine Fashions, and you are Ed, and it is Fine Fashions. Absolutely.
That's Fine Imports. Fine Imports.
Sorry. I always call it Fine Fashion, but it is Ed's Fine Imports.
It should be Fashions, because a lot of people think it's an auto mechanic or something like that. Yeah.
But it's amazing. I followed you, for example. It wasn't necessarily in my neighborhood where I lived. Yeah. But I didn't think twice about it. And it's amazing when you work with a professional and you get to know them, you love them, you trust them, you're going to go anywhere for them. It doesn't matter. And even when I was corresponding with Ed, and I remember I needed something, he tells me, you know what, I'm going to courier it to you. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. And I didn't have to go down there. So it's amazing the customer service, the client service that you provided that day.
Appreciate that.
I noticed it.
Thank you. And even you sent your brother in. I remember one time and I had to deliver to his house and all that. I have no problems doing that. Customer service goes a long way for sure. And little things sometimes your customers always appreciate it, right? So
1,000%. And it's
Lucas, excuse me 1 second, Johnny. My son's right behind me.
That's okay.
Lukey, can you just go upstairs, please? It's okay. Thank you.
We're live, semi-live, and this is how it
We're
is.
live. I had to come
We
over to
got-
my basement to do this. So
Yeah, no, we gotta go where we gotta go. We had a little bit of technical difficulties before because we were trying to tape it from another location and we moved it over, and that's how we roll. We got to keep flexible and we got to make sure the show goes on no matter what.
for sure.
Yeah.
And the kids are eager to see Dad, but it's all good. He's gone.
Yeah, and everybody I've ever sent you, Ed, they were all very, very happy. And again, it's amazing how each guest, how when I bring them on, it's not just friends, it's also people that touch my lives in some way, and I want other people to feel inspired. And you led me on the path of Stylin and Profilin, and that's the importance of what
I
you
really
taught me.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Yeah, I pride myself on great customer service and then keeping customers that come back. I know you come over from the West End or where we were from Promenade Mall, and I have a really good core of customers from when I went from Markham over to Thornhill, and they still follow me, and there's a reason why, and I know it. But yeah, if I have to deliver sometimes and come back on that side, we'll do that. It's not a big deal. It's only 20 minutes, right?
So you and I are connected through fashion, and recently I found out that we're also connected in other ways. So in addition to podcasting and spreading positivity in the world through the chosen life, I'm also a real estate corporate lawyer at my firm, Kormans. And Mr. Ed, in addition to clothing people and making them stylish, he's also a realtor.
Yeah. So during COVID, my whole life, I've obviously been in the clothing business following Dad's footsteps. And during COVID, when we were on lockdown or really slow days, I've always wanted to do it, never thought I'd do it. And, the opportunity was there and I clicked, apply online, and I did the courses for real estate on Humber and became an agent. I think it's been 2 months now. And I joined just a great guy, which was a good customer of mine. Again, pretty loyal, came in a lot. And joined Remax Ultimate, and we have a group called the Compass Realty Group. It's just 3 of us for now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And within a couple months, I already hit a couple deals, and it looks like with the network and what it is, and I'm not the store's not closing. Don't think I got you covered there, Johnny. Don't worry.
I got worried the first second I saw it. I said no, I can't lose my hookup. That's not good.
Absolutely not. No, and the store, truthfully, being in real estate and being in the clothing business, I'm in front of people all day, and it's a good opportunity for leads. I'll never ever pressure any of my clothing customers to make me list with them. I understand everybody's got a real estate agent, but I believe there's enough fish in the pond for everybody. And there's been a couple of opportunities for me already, and people have come to me, and I've fulfilled it. And in a hot market like this, it's fun if you have a listing, because it's crazy right now what's going on in Toronto, right? Toronto real estate.
Look, you've been doing fashion for a long time. It's been in your blood. You know it.
Mhm.
You're new to real estate. I've been doing real estate. I've been a lawyer. I got called to the bar 20 years ago, believe it or not. So I've been in the law game for a long time. I'm new to podcasting. And guess what? No matter what industry you and I were doing something new and something existing, we know in each of these respective industries, all 4 of those industries we just brought up, there's a million other people that are doing it. There's competition everywhere, every corner. You can find somebody else in fashion, in real estate, in law, in podcasting. But at the end of the day, you and I are of the same breed. We don't care. It could be unlimited amount of competition. We know we believe in ourselves and what we can deliver, right? So
absolutely, I welcome it. I welcome competition. I'm open to all of it. For example, in the clothing business, when I was in Markville Mall, a couple new clothing stores came in. I thought men's clothing stores, and I thought that was great. I was like, bring more men to the mall, because when I was in the Promenade, there was I think only 2 choices. I was like, this mall is dead, and I was bringing my Markham customers to the Promenade. I remember. But they just kept jacking my rent. And the Cadillac Fairview was relentless that way. For real estate, when I started studying, there's 3 very close real estate agent friends of mine. And I called them up while I was studying, and I said, listen, here's what I'm doing. I'm not going to take your customers. I'm not going to step on your toes, but I'm open and honest, and I want to be ethical and start off on the right foot. So, I mean, that's just the type of guy I am, and that's how I started. But yeah, absolutely. Competition is welcomed in my world, and I think it just makes it better for everyone, to be honest. So
it makes us up I think number 1, it makes us up our game. But number 2, what I tell people, the best source of business for me in my respective industries is the competition, because I firmly believe when you see somebody else and then you come feel my experience, 100%. I think you're going to stay with me. So they have to see the other side of things. And if you find somebody else great, I wish you all the best. Like you said, we can never live and die by a viewer, by a deal. It doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, you come to the masses, and whoever's going to click with you, they're going to click with you, right? So
Yeah.
that's
And obviously, jumping into this new thing, sorry to cut you off.
no.
I saw opportunity for better service, better different ideas I had for real estate. I mean, I see a lot of agents that don't do the things that how I, market or do different things. I do marketing differently than my partner that I joined. I'm like, why don't we do this, and this? Why don't we, put advertising here and there and there and there? And they don't think of those things. I mean, I'm not doing this podcast to do the real estate thing, but absolutely, I think this is a fantastic way of getting yourself out there as well, right? So it's just different things, and I think you're doing a great thing, and this is different for you, and I commend you, man. This is awesome that you're doing this, and
I appreciate that very much. It's funny because I had a lot of ideas, different ventures and things I wanted to do, because they all fall around my interests, things that I like. And I love health. I love nutrition. I love exercise. I love yoga, meditation, spirituality, mindfulness, sports, everything you name it. Like I have all these bunch of interests, right? The car world. I love cars. I've loved cars since I was young. And I think about myself and I'm like, but I don't want to do one of these items. I can't just talk about that one item. Because even I noticed like podcasts that I watch. I love wrestling, for example.
Yeah.
When I watch the same wrestling podcast, it's the same conversation over and over. And I'm like, okay, we've done this already. Like we did this a week ago. We did this 3 weeks ago. I need something fresh. And that's where I thought, you know what? I'm going to take all my interests. I'm going to put them into one blender. And that's a chosen life. Because at the end of the day, everybody's either living the chosen life or they want the chosen life. And let's bring the people that are components of it. And you know what? Every week it's so different that it's a whole new thing. And that excites me. And if it excites me, I feel like it's going to excite others.
I think you and I are cut a lot from the same cloth. I'm into so many different things. Sometimes it's not good because, it's hard to focus. And my brain is an entrepreneur's brain. Like I'm into the stock market. I'm into real estate. I'm into the clothing business.
Yes.
I'm into, I have my own clothing line, Kitsch Underwear, which is another thing. Yes. Now there's NFTs that are out and I'm like, should I be getting into that? And all these different, my mind's everywhere, right? And I want to jump into everything, but it's good to talk to people to see how they're doing and how they're successful. I surround myself with good people and successful people, and I think it's important. But yeah, like I think where I'm going with this is I love the jumble that you have, and I love the conversations that you have. And I watched a couple of your podcasts, and you're right, they're different, and it's good to see, right? And
thank you.
Keep it going, man. Yeah, I think this is gonna blow up. It's gonna be great.
It's funny because people, I think, don't always realize that when they're watching this, for example, they think, okay, you slap together a camera, just talk for a little bit and it's done. They don't realize how much production time goes into planning each episode, getting the guests together, getting the topics together. Like right now, so we are filming episode number 4. I have the project board up to episode 12 right now. So I've already pre-booked that many people, getting them in line, got to figure out people's schedules. Then we got to get the topics. We got to figure out which way we're going to go. And then I have my list of about 50 other people. So we're already past 1 year's worth, I already have ideas what I'm doing into season 2. So I already talked to my producer. I'm like, season 2, we're going to go this route, that route. So it's amazing how quickly it goes. But that's where, you got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it exciting, and you got to look ahead all the time. And you got to, that got to motivate you, because if you're just going to do one instance and kind of hope for the best, it ain't going to happen. Like I told you today, I was very excited. This is the first day of the headphones. So whoever's been watching, it's like, hey, he got headphones. What's going on here? And I'm like, it's Ed. For Ed today, I went to get my hair cut. I had to look good. I had to look fresh, because Ed always, I've never seen his hair disheveled. It's always cut clean. His beard is always trimmed.
Gotta get a fresh cut every 2 weeks. I'm there.
I figured it's like every 2 days that the person shows up.
Maybe a week and a half. Yeah.
But
clean it up. But I get it, and it's work, and whatever you're doing, you put 100% into it, right?
1,000%.
Clothing business. If you know Salt Corman, if you knew that crew, if you knew how our business works, it's January and it's dead right now because obviously COVID and it's the winter. Nobody needs anything right now, but we are booking for next winter.
Right? Already next winter.
I already bought spring, and you're going to be happy because your favorite brand,
Barbados.
Yes. Oh, buddy. They went bankrupt for a year, and somebody bought them out, and I bought the best collection of John Varvatos stuff. You're going to absolutely die when you see it. Starting in, I think, mid-February, we're going to start getting their spring stuff, and I bought the most of it I've ever bought because I was so excited. So that was just another, but yeah, it's planning future, right? And Barbados is coming. I didn't tell you yet. That's your surprise.
Oh,
for
no,
this
everybody
podcast.
gets to see my reaction because I love my
Yeah, yeah,
Barbados stuff. There's
I know
nothing
you do.
better than putting on a crisp pair of jeans, putting on a
Yeah.
Barbados, putting on a nice sport coat, and boom, and styling.
Oh,
I
their
love it.
collection this year's killer, but I bought some nice
Good.
leathers, some really nice printed tees that you're gonna love.
You know
Oh,
what?
it's
I tried to put a group together, and I really wanted to buy out Barbados, but I was a few bucks short of that. So
for what?
to buy out Barbados, it would be amazing just to own the John
Oh, to
Barbados.
buy out the
Just buy them out. Just
company.
buy them out for sure.
I think you could have put a group together. You know a few guys.
I told them I'd put the sweat equity into it, and they put up the 100 million. But
Well,
no, I
thank
don't.
God for us, you and I, because it was my favorite line in the store for sure.
Yes.
And it flew off the shelves. They are back and back with a vengeance. And I bought not just 2 seasons, there's 4 seasons, a huge collection now. So
Wow.
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Okay,
good.
well, I'm gonna see you also when the springtime comes.
Yeah,
I'll be rocking that Barbados
you're the
leather
first phone
jacket that you
call.
made me get, and I love it. So thank
That's
you.
right. That's right.
So now everything that we do in the Chosen Life podcast, it finds a way to segue itself. So our format, we got 3 topics. You and I already discussed what's going to be happening today. And
Okay.
as we're discussing now Barbados and we're talking about buying ahead into winter, we're going into topic number 1. And that is
Yeah.
what's going to be the hottest men's fashions of 2022.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting here now and it's end of January. So we still have a whole year to go. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing what people are wearing, which ain't much. And I'm watching people on Zoom and they ain't much. And so help me, help all the men, help the women. What's going to go on in 2022, Ed? What's going to be the hottest fashions this year, please?
Well, it is sad because a lot of my customers are doing a lot of these Zoom meetings, and obviously I'm not used to doing a lot of this because I'm more of an in-person guy.
Right.
But again, like it has definitely gotten a lot more casual. I mean, 10 years ago, even you would have noticed that we had a lot more suits in the store. Then it went into blazers, and blazers and with dress pants. But even now, still not going to the office. Guys are just buying nicer sweaters and nicer t-shirts, more fitted stuff like that. So it's more casual. Definitely, more comfort is huge. Like Bugachi's got a whole line of just comfort, tops and bottoms, like the whole jumpers, like you'd see. What was it? What brand is it? The soccer line where they're wearing, the top.
Like
The
velour
Puma stuff and all
tracksuits?
that, but the velour stuff, I swear to God, is coming back. We bought a bit of that stuff.
Really?
And I
Like the
could
Tony
actually
Soprano
see
line?
100% that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
Bugatti did that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's a bit of that.
Okay, good.
I mean, end of the day, it's changing day by day, and I think people are going to start going back to the office. I heard some banks are going to go back in February and March. We hope, but I think it's still going to be definitely blazer, definitely not suit yet for work. And then yeah, just a lot of the Zoom meetings. I mean, what do I got? A dress shirt underneath with a sweater like that. It's hot, and then honestly, just making it comfort stuff. Everything's stretchy these days. A lot of stretchy dress pants still. We got lots of stretchy dress shirts. I'm wearing a cotton shirt today. It's not stretchy, but a lot of the new lines now are that stretchy. Oh, they're really nice. Bugatti has this 5-way stretch now and an 8-way stretch. So you put a shirt on, it feels like a t-shirt. So it's all about comfort. And then colors, we're missing out on these crazy patterns. I'm wearing a bird shirt right now. It is toned a little bit more back now. There's a lot more solids this year. Blacks and whites again are huge. I was gonna say, I mean, last year we were big into the burgundies and the greens and the earthy tones. This year I'm seeing tons of black and white, and that's been dominating. I like to buy color for the store always. I like to convince people to buy color when they come to the store. You don't come to me just for a black or a white shirt, and I like to get you into something different. But we'll see. I can't, like I said, the Barbados stuff, the leathers that are coming from them, the shoes that we're buying, Goodman brand and swims, Goodman's from Italy, and the swim stuff is all comfort based.
I was gonna ask you about shoes and belts. Where do you see things going there? Because back in the day we had a lot of men wearing the belts matching their dress shoes. You had like Dockers for comfort. Then sneakers have been exploding like crazy. You know that when you and I do my pants, it's always I gotta have it perfectly tailored so that it fits my Jordan 1s. And and a lot of men, regardless of age, I see a lot of 60-year-old men, and they're coming with their suits, they're coming with their jeans and their sports coats. They're wearing sneakers. They're not wearing dress shoes anymore.
So for our store, we don't sell the Jordans like you guys love, you and your son. I know that.
Yes.
But We do sell the Goodman brand. It's what Russell Wilson's brand from the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh yes.
They're out of Italy. You can look them up. And they're like the Converse style, but a high-end Converse style. They got more weight to them. And they work perfectly, honestly, with the nice suit, which is the style these days. Like you mentioned, like a 60-year-old man in a nice fitted suit with those, black on black or black on white or white sneakers. White sneakers, we sold a ton of this year.
Interesting.
And then the loafers from Swims, absolutely super comfortable, very lightweight. You don't have to wear socks with them. If you do insist on wearing socks, we have the low cut socks. So the no-show style. But yeah, very lightweight, and I've changed it up. Obviously, I still carry the Johnston and Murphy in the store, which is a very comfortable dress shoe. But Swims and Goodman, and then we have another boating shoe coming in from I don't even know the company's name, but they're coming in from Spain this year, which is just a nice lightweight, like a Muskoka dock shoe kind of thing. So there's a lot of that happening. But yeah, with suits now, it's more of that Converse style, which we're selling a ton of.
What about men's belts?
So belts, we again stretchy. I'm wearing one right now. There's two companies we buy from. One's Anderson's belts from Italy, and one's Profilin. Have you seen the braided belts?
I remember the braided belts back in the day.
You're gonna make me take my belt off.
Wow, we're having a strip show here, folks.
Live, but
I remember those. Oh, but it's not. Oh, it stretches.
Oh, yeah. super stretchy. I can't believe I'm doing this on your podcast now.
So they're back.
This is from Mugachi. But
the braided are back.
This is braided. This has been good for a good 2 years. We've been selling these. There's a leather version of these, which works better with suits.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, like this is blue and navy, and I've been wearing them with different colors. But yeah, there's all different colors in those. There's white belts, blue belts, black belts, purple belts, and we've been matching it with the laces of the shoes, which if they insist on wearing dress shoes, there's been that kind of stuff, and then accessorize with the handkerchief. So top to bottom, you're getting flow and working together. But yeah, belts. There's some big leather belts that we've been selling with the thicker buckles. A lot of that going on, but comfort wise, when guys are coming in, stretchy shirts, stretchy jeans, stretchy belts. What's been the winner?
What do you tell the man that comes in and says, listen, Ed, I'm a bit of a shooter and I love my LV and I love my Gucci. I love going down to the Bloor Street and picking up those. Are you guys thinking about carrying those? What do you answer to someone like that?
Absolutely. There's some stuff for sure, like Tom Ford, like the quality of Tom Ford, or like Louis Vuitton. I the Coach shoes and the Vuitton shoes, I see the guys coming in with them. Like we have Robert Graham, we have some big brands in the store. I don't understand all of it because I never was one to buy just based on brands. There's guys that insist on it, and I'm not going to knock them. There's some beautiful stuff, but some of that stuff is just based on labels, because you buy a Prada shirt for $700, and I've never been that type of store, right? So I'm not going to knock them. I'm sure that $700 Prada t-shirt or shirt is beautiful. What do I tell them? I try to convince them to buy stuff that we have. Of course, we have some really nice stuff. If you want to be like, we get a lot of shooters coming in, lots of wealthy people, and we do have those bright shirts. There's a couple companies, Robert Graham, Au Noir out of Montreal. They make some really nice stretchy fabrics, patterns, paisleys. I've worn those shirts too, right? And they get it. And a lot of the guys that come to my store, they understand. They could spend the $700 at Rosen's or $1,000 or whatever at Rosen's, but they come to me and they buy that shirt for a quarter of the price, and it works. And then some you can't convince. So it is what it is. I'm happy to entertain everybody, and if they like the store, which most guys do, we do well with them, right?
It's very funny how people work and how they're very particular on some things, and other things they're very flexible on. So for example, I'm a Jordan 1 guy. That's what I wear. People know me. You can throw me any other shoe you want. It ain't gonna matter. That's what I'm gonna wear. But you know what? You bring me, if Ed shows me a pair of pants, he's like, this new company, it fits. I'm very happy with it. But other people are like, you know what? I'm only gonna wear this kind of pant, or I only wear LV shirts, for example, but they're flexible in other stuff. I've seen people that only buy certain underwear. It's amazing how people have their hangups, and sometimes it's based on fit. And I think sometimes it's just based on that label, and they can't get past that label.
Absolutely. I understand that completely. And I know, being a man and dealing with men, I can't convince this is what it is. And I back off. There's no, and come to my store, I never pushed ever a sale. If somebody says I only wear Louis Vuitton shirts, I'm like, okay, then don't try my t-shirt that's 25% of the price. I would never go there. Or I wouldn't say it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just back off and say and respect that and see if there is, like you said, another pair of pants, shoes.
Somebody
that I can
connects
sell
on
them there.
something. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
And
now
there's always something in the store. I mean, hey, you don't like anything? It's okay. Here, have a coffee. Come hang out. I mean,
and you've done this for a lot of years. So you've seen a lot of
yeah.
fashion trends come and go. So it's
Oh, yeah.
interesting what you're saying now as far as what we're expecting for 2022. So now
Yep.
that being said, not just 2022, but overall in let's say in the last year, in the last while, what are some, going to topic number 2 now, what is some of the biggest fashion mistakes that men make? And you must have seen plenty, please.
There is 100%. And actually one of the trends that I forgot to mention that is coming back for next year that makes me cringe is the baggy stuff is coming back too. And you've seen it. And I see a lot of the kids wearing it. Yeah, no, just baggier pants. And I'm seeing bell bottoms on women again.
I've seen those, yeah. With the
like,
very
we don't
low
sell
waist, but the baggy bottoms.
low waist, not the mom jeans anymore. Now it's low waist with the baggy bottoms.
Right.
That's ladies, and I don't sell ladies, but I'm seeing that. But then a lot of just the younger generation is coming in jogging pants and bigger t-shirts and all that. I think I'm kind of a different cloth, and I'm more with the trends, but I can't wear that baggy stuff, I guess. Biggest mistakes, if you're gonna say for sure.
Yes.
A lot of guys will wear, so we'll sell them a beautiful suit and then they'll wear the worst pair of shoes, right? So just
Yes.
frumpy, clunky, like, what are you doing? And it just ruins the suit and boggles my mind. Obviously, another time they'll buy a beautiful suit. If we're talking suits right now,
Right.
and then they put on a dress shirt, but the collar is, all over the place.
Yes.
Or dirty. If it, I'm like,
those
buy
stained
yourself,
collars. Oh no, big no. Big
you
no.
get a big, yeah, but the guy's like, oh, I've had this shirt. I have a white dress shirt. Okay, do me a favor. When you come pick up the suit, let me see the shirt that you have. And yeah, sure enough, there's a yellow stain, or it's a giant collar or something up to here. So another big mistake. And the biggest mistake, guys, that don't get dressed up. I mean, you don't do it anymore. That'll, bring in a suit and say, okay, I just need a shirt for this suit, but it's a 3-button suit, which we haven't sold 3-button for 20 years, and then it just doesn't fit right. So it's like, okay, you got MC Hammer pants on. It's like, what the hell are you doing, buddy? Like, let's get with the times. So a lot of times, biggest thing with the alterations lately has been tapering everybody's pants and making it a modern cut. I mean, we sell the modern stuff, but we're still tapering. The trend still looks good right on top of the shoe and that. So if there's a number one mistake right now, it's definitely fit. And
yes.
Guys will come to us for a proper fit, and we have the best tailor in Toronto that works for us. So we get it fit right, and it's usually just tapering. It's not hard for us to do. And some people don't understand that you can do that stuff, right? You came in, you're like, oh, you can shorten sleeves too? Like, yeah, man, we can do that. We can shorten sleeves on a dress shirt. We can do anything. But
it's funny how money can fix most things. Absolutely.
It's true, but some people don't understand. Oh, I didn't know you could shorten the sleeve on a shirt. That's a very common question. It's like when you have a 19 bags on your arms here. I mean, it's let's clean that up for you, right? So
I've told guys before when I see them in the locker room and friends of mine, I'm like, so you see me, I wear a lot of schmedium, like it's not a small, it's not a medium, it's a schmedium,
Yeah.
But to pull off a schmedium properly, you can't need the jaws of life to get it off of you, number one, when you're done with it.
Yeah, you're in shape, man. You can do that.
You gotta have the arms for it.
There it is. I knew it. Yeah.
If you don't have that, you're not wearing it. There's nothing worse than seeing a guy and then you can see the guts. If there's one thing with men, that's the way genetically we're formed, no matter how good shape you're in, is that gut.
Yeah.
And to accentuate your point there, when you don't have to, I tell them, maybe you should wear one size up. I understand like people don't want to have it baggy in the arms and everything else, but on the other hand, like you're saying about fit, it's like when you're like, oh man, it looks good on me and it's super tight, but if you don't have the bod for it, I think you're actually you're not putting yourself in the best light. And
Don, you bring up such a good point, and that's another point you just said.
Yeah,
guys will come in and they're a size 44, for example, but they'll put on a size 40 and they're kind of squeezing into it. I'm like, there's no point in you doing this. Let's just go a size up. And if you think it's too big, I'll taper it a little bit on the sides. Or the other thing is the pants.
Yes,
I mean, we can wear skinny dress pants, and I hide it well. I'm a big guy. I'm 220 pounds almost.
You're 220?
There's a weight. Pardon me?
You're 220?
Yeah, don't be so shocked. I'm a big guy.
Guess.
I work out. I play hockey. I'm big on the ice. But
no, like in a good way. No, in a good way, honestly. Because I always thought Ed was very trim and good shape, like it was on your face. You always present yourself that way.
I hide it well, and it's a trick in clothing, right?
That's
So
right.
yeah, but guys will come in and they're a size 40 pants and they're getting a size 36 and they're, the junk in the front's hanging out. And it's like, buddy, we can just, you don't need to be we can make you look good with the size that you are and still, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that. Buying too tight. They're in
Yes.
denial, maybe. Is that what I'm
No, they think that it's making them look skinnier, making them look more fitted. But I tell them, if you can't close the zipper, if you can't button the buttons, there's an issue here.
yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah. That's
It's
true.
meant to be closed. That's all. And I'm not saying it all to disparaging way, because I've seen
No, there's a
people that weigh 270 pounds, and guess what? When they wear something with the right color and the right cut, they look great,
absolutely.
and because
Absolutely.
they wear appropriately to where they fit.
Well, look at The Rock, right? Like obviously money
I can
buys
smell what
nice
he's
suits and
cooking.
all. Absolutely, man. The guy drives around and he puts his custom made suits on and he
Yeah.
looks amazing and he's a monster, right? So but yeah, you can smell what that guy's cooking because he's dressed to the nines, right? So
I can't tell you the
um
times I've been stopped in traffic. People ask me if I was The Rock, and I said, no, I'm just
yeah.
his younger brother. Uh,
I love it. I
Other
love it.
areas I've seen, big pet peeves of mine is the non-matching belt to the shoes, and
Yeah.
from a colorway. And number two, white socks and black shoes.
Yeah, that's a
Why?
that's just
Why, Ed? Why did they do it?
oh, socks with sandals, white socks with black shoes. That's just it's a no all around. And
But
I called
I
them
see
out.
people with tuxes, and they're wearing the black tuxedo and a nice dress shirt, the bow tie, and they're wearing white socks. They think that's fashionable.
I've never seen that happen, and thank God.
Yes.
White black tux with white shoes. The good thing is, if you come to my store, you know it, and I'll be completely honest with you, and I'll say no. Take that off. Let's fix that. If you're buying black shoes, you're getting the black belt typically, unless it's one of these stretchy belts that incorporates some black in it. If you're wearing your Jordans, I'd love to, if they're white and red, for example, we'd incorporate a
Yeah.
red in it. But yeah, the white socks is just it's just a no. And I don't think I've worn white socks only other than just to play hockey, right? So,
I thought the rule of thumb is shoes match the belt, pants
Yep.
match the sock.
Yep.
Kind of,
that's correct. Yep.
to a certain degree.
And
No matter what I'm wearing from a pants perspective, when it's black shoes, I like the black socks personally. I don't like
it's
having.
true. And truthfully, I'm not worried about the pattern of the sock or the color of the sock as much as if it's not white, it'd be bad. But yeah, if it's I let my daughter pick my socks a lot of times, and she's
Okay.
5. But I have a drawer full of funky socks, which go with all the color waves, right? But yeah, if I would never let her pick a pair of white socks, and I think she knows at this age. So if you're an adult at 35 to 45 to 55, whatever you are, wearing white socks with, it's wrong. So
What category now do funky socks go into? Is that a hot fashion trend of 2022, or is that a fashion mistake that people make? In your
No, so
estimation?
funky socks have been, it's been a good 10 years where we're getting funky socks, and it's just a no-brainer now. It's just a part of an accessory, just like a handkerchief. Like the ties are going. I haven't sold many ties, but we've been selling ties again.
Yes.
But it's like a nice hanky, nice belt, nice socks. That's the accessories that we're really making the end of the outfit, tying it all together, right? So socks are just, we sell the suit, we sell the nice shirt, and if there's a belt and shoes happening, and then socks is always next, right? And
Yep.
socks are,
So they're going strong.
socks are going strong.
They're
Socks
going
are really good. And I'm
Excellent.
constantly buying lots of socks. And obviously, funky socks goes with funky underwear, and that's just another add-on. But we have the sacks and the 2 under and the Gitch in the store.
Save the underwear for topic 3 still, but
Okay,
underwear's
gotcha,
important,
no
underwear's
problem.
important. But when we're talking about fashion mistakes, what I'm hearing you, and I think for myself as well, you can have the right pieces. The pieces themselves are not a mistake, but if you
Right.
aren't combining them properly, if you're not accessorizing properly, if your shoes are scuffed, if your belt is scuffed, if you have rips, if you have stains, you could take a very good outfit and make it really bad in an instant. I think.
And a lot of times, if guys are really fashion inept and they have no idea what they're doing, when they come to me and we do dress them, a lot of times when I do put outfits together, whether it's casual jeans and sweaters or a suit or a blazer, I have them take pictures. And take pictures. We lay it out on the pool table in my store. We have a pool table.
Yes.
And take pictures. This goes with this, and then I'll put that shirt with that blazer, and then I'll put that shirt with that jeans. I'm like, this goes, but I'll say, listen, don't ever put that shirt or that belt with this outfit. And I've done that. And I'm like, take pictures and don't do that. And that sometimes helps too. We've done it for colorblind people. with my dad's help.
Yes.
We just sew inside the fabric, just a color of a stitch, for example, what they can see. This will go with this, and we'll color code stuff for people
That's
to
amazing.
help them. Yeah, we've done that, so that also helps.
Have you gone into people's homes and cleaned up their closets for them? Have you had to go that
I've
route?
done, I don't like doing it, but I've done it for sure. It's not my favorite, but I mean, some guys will just insist, and some guys really need help, and some guys have so much stuff that needs to go, and I've done it a few times, and my dad does that a lot actually, for those high end guys downtown.
I know a few of them are listening in right now. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. Take note of this.
If they want me to come, I'll do it.
Give Ed a call.
They really need the help. Yeah.
So now fitting into our third theme. So we've gone through what the hottest fashion trends are going to be for this year, the mistakes that people are making. For the men listening out there, topic number 3, really, really key, because these things still go on. What do men wear on dates? What should they wear on dates? Things open up, they go to restaurants, they go to events, going for coffee, whatever they're doing on these dates. Ed, what should they be wearing? Help the men.
I saw this question come up. I've been a married man for 11 years, Johnny. So I wouldn't know what to wear on a date anymore, but I can help.
Oh, hold on, Ed. Now, first of all, if you're a married man for how long? You said 11 years?
Yes.
You should be working harder than somebody going on a first date, because you should be working just as hard, if not harder, to keep the wife and make her happy than you would be on a date, correct?
I got you. And absolutely, I take pride in what I wear for sure. But yeah, no.
But let's help those single men out there. Let's help those men rekindle the fire. They want to go on romantic dates. They want to look good. They want to impress their women or their partner.
100%.
What should people be wearing on dates?
If it was me going on our first date, it all depends obviously on where you're going. Are you going to a ball game, a movie, a restaurant, whatever it is? I mean, obviously, usually you want to keep it sort of casual. You're not going to get too dressed.
Okay.
Nice fitting pair of jeans. You're comfortable. They stretch. And a nice, for me, it's always a collared dress shirt. Maybe it's no pattern. I wouldn't go on a dress shirt with the shirt I'm wearing today on a date. It's a big, bold colored shirt. I'd probably stick to a nice solid black dress shirt, a black t-shirt, even with a cool blazer, maybe a blue industry, a nice white dress shirt, but it's got to fit right. So stretchy, a nice pair of stretchy jeans with a nice shirt and collared shirt. And I think call it a day, whether you go to if you're going to a ball game, I guess, a nice t-shirt, right? But it's got to fit right. It's got to be clean.
Very important. Right. Got to be clean. Okay.
And you got to be clean. that's what I mean.
Well,
right? And another thing, like, I know you take pride in your shoes.
Yes.
The shoes got to be clean. If you're wearing a crappy pair of shoes on the date, I think it's over for the guy right away. On you know what I mean? The shoes have got to be on point for sure. So got to fit right, got to be clean, have the shoes right. And if you do look like you're put together with your belt, which you're always making the point of, and I love that too, I think you're going to be okay.
I always say that when you go on a first date, it's not much different than going for a job interview. It's a personal interview versus a professional interview.
For sure.
Same principles. You want to get the job. You want the position. You want to show how you can be valuable and how you can help grow the company. And you want to get that second interview. You want to get on probation. You want to get there, right? So you want to get this job. So I think, unfortunately, for a lot of men out there, when they are going out for their first dates, they're not treating it like a job interview. They're like, I'm just going to slap something together. And it's like I'm going to the corner store, and it doesn't work that way. Like when you look at Ed right now, look at how his hair is put together. Look how his beard's trimmed. And this is just, sitting here talking with me and possibly a million people watching it. But still, people should be remembering it's just as much about the grooming. I like that. It's just as much about the grooming as the outfit. Yeah.
And I mean, I've always been one to take pride, but I see a lot of people this generation, especially this younger, the 20-year-olds and under, I feel like they don't, they're dressed a lot less. Maybe it's because a lot of it's online and they don't see people in person as much. I don't know what's going on, but definitely guys my age that are dating should come out, dress nice, fit right, and away they go. And
let's talk about a 21-year-old. Let's talk about that 21-year-old in university. Let's say he's going to go on a first date. He's going to go hit the Starbucks and he's going to go for a coffee, let's say, or whatever they're going to do. Or let's say they're going to go for bubble tea or what be it. It's funny when you see that age segment for them, fashionable. Okay, the Jordans we're good with, so we know that. That's fine. They got to be clean.
Converse for sure. Yeah,
got to be crisp. Fine. It seems like sweatpants are really, really in. So all of a sudden you go down to the Nike store and like it's $250, 225 for gray sweatpants. So that's now become a fashion staple.
Yeah.
Throw on some sort of logo tee, grab a hoodie and call it a day, and it's like they could be going to basketball practice and the same way they're going on a date, and that's fashionable now.
Yeah.
Is it?
And
Should they be dating like that?
well, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you because John, I don't understand that. I grew up never wearing jogging pants. I only wore jogging pants shoveling my snow, and that was it. But I see this whole generation wearing joggers now, right? So for me, it was always a nice pair of jeans, clean pair of shoes. And if it's a 21-year-old, I understand. A nice pair of Jordans, absolutely. Nice pair of Converse, absolutely. But I would be in a pair of skinny jeans and a clean white, clean t-shirt with clean printed tee. And I think you knock off all the bases there too, right?
What do you think of crew neck versus V-neck? If you're gonna go for I agree with you on. I love the crisp tees. I love like a plain black or something, or a colorway. What would you go for? What? How do you feel V-neck versus crew neck?
I absolutely love the V-necks, but if it's a very low cut V, you have to be in crazy shape.
Yes.
And I'm not into it. There's a really nice high V's that Barbados has that a lot of the companies that we sell have. There's Robert Barracat and whoever. Yeah. But a V-neck or a nice crew neck, it's still good. They're both.
But doesn't it drive? Have you've seen this? I know I've seen it. I like how you do the dress shirt pairing with the sweater. That makes sense to me. Or
Yeah.
It's a nice look to it. A lot of people wear the t-shirts, but they don't match them up well. So you'll have a V-neck sweater and a crew neck shirt, or vice versa. I think
no, and that's a faux pas too. That's like wearing white socks.
Bad.
Yeah. No.
People do it.
Yeah, and that's somebody that hasn't been told or hasn't learned. You can't be doing a V-neck with a crew neck. Again, it's off. Like I like your t-shirt right now. It's a nice crew neck, clean. Again, it's your
Well, I have it in quite a few colorways, but when I picked it, it has to be it's the terry material. It's got to fit me well. I have to like it. I don't like crew necks that strangle me like this, and I don't like ones that are too open. And I tried different ones until I found one that fit for my styling. So I'm gonna have the Chosen Loyalty going, and because I got to portray confidence in it, and it's got to make me look good. I don't want it taking away from me. So I really thought about that. I'm not a big crew neck guy. I love V-necks, but a very slight V. I think it has a nice, classy look to it. But a lot of people tell me V's are out completely. Don't wear V's. And it's amazing how everybody has an opinion. They're not experts, but they have opinions.
I sell tons of V-necks in the store. A lot of times guys will buy V-necks to wear underneath these types of dress shirts too. If you're a sweaty type of guy that sweats underneath dress shirts, you'll buy a V-neck just for underneath, but still it looks good on a nice Sunday just to chill into a nice black V or a nice white V-neck. And it's a high V. It's not like I said, there's the low cuts, which I've seen, which are not for me, but guys that are in shape can pull it off.
That's another interesting point you brought up there is about those dress shirts, because I'm not a big fan of the plain dress shirt against the skin. I really like having some sort of undershirt there. For the simple matter is the sweating, if it's gonna have the staining, the neck. And I find having a tee, it gives you that little bit of buffer, but it's also that it's a big decision for a man. If you're going to make the tee too obvious showing up, you're taking away now from the dress shirt. So you have to have a balance there of keeping an undershirt, but not taking away from the dressiness of the dress shirt.
Yep. So there's a few companies that we have that are specifically made for that, which is, low enough to wear it under a dress shirt. There's Saks Underwear, which is a huge company. They have a nice low V-neck, but it's not like crazy where you can still wear it under. Yep. And then there's 2Under, the other underwear company, and we sell tons of them, tons of V-necks.
So and that's I was saving that one. So thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
When you go on a date, got to put on a nice fresh pair of underwear, right? Please, for people listening out there, please don't bring those ratty underwear from 10 years ago. And
I would hope so,
but you never know. So
on a second date, at least.
So that being said, you got boxers, you got boxer briefs, you got briefs. Ed, what's out there right now? What's hot? What should a man strap on when he's going on a date?
Yeah, like the number one company, we've been selling it for years. They're based, the owner was originally out of University of Toronto, is Saks Underwear.
Okay, yes.
And the cool thing about Saks, they've expanded into a bunch of different products. But to talk about the underwear, if your viewers out there don't know what they are, there's a pouch built in like a bra for ladies. It's a bra for the boys, our boys.
The boys
right?
need a home. The
The
boys need a home.
and they got a home. So Saks is built
Yes.
differently. There's another brand called Two Under, which is in every golf town. We sell a ton of those. Again, there's a home for the boys. They're all there, and it's all nice modal fabric. You don't feel any of the seams. You don't see any of the lines in your tight jeans. It's all very clean. And then I actually, I'm not sure if you knew this, Gitch Underwear is my own brand, which same thing,
No, I
modal
didn't know that.
fabric. Yeah, I patented myself a line. I've been selling underwear for so many years. So again, we expanded another
Wow.
one of my crazy ideas, and only 4 colors right now, but we're hoping to expand, and I think it'll go well. But yeah, it's the same thing. Built like the Two Under or the Saks. It's my own brand of underwear called
It's
Gitch.
funny how
And
the
then-
brain never stops. And
That's
it's
right.
when I created the Chosen Life, I said to myself, there's a need out there and I don't see anybody feeling it. So I'm going to fill it. Screw this. I'm going to make my own. And I want to bring
Yeah.
this message out to people. And you've done the same thing with underwear.
And I made my own. I'm like, screw it. We can make underwear better. So we made it better.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other thing I'll touch on with
Yes.
Saks, which is great. Like we're not just a dressy clothing store or whatever. And for guys, I mean, you can look good at the gym too. And I know you're a fitness buff. Saks made gym shorts with the underwear built in. So now you have a pocket for the boys. You have the liner underneath. So you're at the gym and you're running and nothing's jiggling and moving while you're doing your workouts. They're unbelievable. And same thing for swimwear. Underwear built into swimwear at the beach. I used to chafe when I used to go on vacation. I
Yes.
haven't chafed since I bought the Saks underwear. The swim shorts, it was my #1 product last summer. We sold a ton of it online. Saks underwear, so the underwear is built in. So when you're in the ocean, you can,
Absolutely.
unreal.
I've seen when people
Yeah.
are wearing those swim trunks because the longer swim trunks are popular. But if you're lying on the beach and you raise your legs up and you don't have that built-in underwear, that's not a pretty sight for some people. So
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
no,
So the underwear is built in, everything's tucked away
Cool.
nicely,
Love
and
it.
actually everything's very comfortable, right? So it's good. So yeah.
The key item that we missed, but we're still going to touch upon it. We're going to sum up the whole dating aspect now.
Yep.
If you're gonna, you have a fresh cut, you groom nicely, you smell good, you got the outfit down, you got your shoes, accessories. So Ed,
Yep.
necklaces, bracelets, watches, rings. Walk us through it. You got the right
Yep.
outfit on, you're going on a date. Do you like no jewelry, a little bit of jewelry, too much jewelry? What do you think is the right way to go?
I don't sell watches in my store. I think there would be an insurance problem if we did have the high-end stuff, but I think a nice watch is always cool to have.
If you're grabbing one of your clients and you're this place and he's got it all together and you see his whole jewelry collection there, how would you dress him up to go on a date?
Well, we sell the nice bracelets now. Leah Ljubljana, a girl out of Mississauga, young girl. She custom makes them, and they're awesome bracelets. Just a nice little accessory to wear with t-shirts or dress shirts or whatever. A nice watch. I think a wallet is really important too. I think you look cool
Yes.
with the wallets. We have
Wallet's important.
the secret wallets. That one right there, where it protects your ID in one, but it's just a nice flat wallet, not the George Costanza
Minimal. Exactly.
very minimal. A
Instead
nice
of having
clean
that
wallet.
Big patchy wallet.
You don't want to whip out the Costanza. Those aren't cool anymore.
No. They were never cool.
They were never cool. You're right. What else? I mean,
But I've
necklaces.
seen men wear like 5 bracelets. I've seen like 4 rings.
The
Some people
truth
can
is,
make it work and some can't.
not everybody can pull it off, and that's exactly right. I like to I'm not one on now, but I'll wear a bracelet, but I won't wear 5. Some guys can pull it off amazingly, and but yeah, and then a nice, some guys will wear the chain and the necklace like that. It's just
If you're a drummer in a heavy metal band, by all means, you can pull off almost anything and make it fashionable. But
Yep.
very few of us are. And I think we got to be, and that's where I again, when I know I talk to friends and they're asking me questions, they're like, hey, you're pretty stylish or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, what I tell them is work with what you've got and extenuate the best that you have and hide the rest.
I think so, and I honestly keep it simple. Like, you don't have to go crazy. I love a nice watch. I have a couple nice watches. If you're wearing a short sleeve, it's the summertime. Put a nice watch on, nice pair of jeans, and that says it all. And then those bracelets that we have, like we said, they're different stones, and just keep it simple. I could never wear 5. I'm not a rock star, just a clothing guy, but everybody pulls it off.
I've seen men that have worn like the latest watches and like let's say the hottest Daytona, for example, by Rolex,
Yep.
and you almost don't notice the outfit at all at that point because you're so mesmerized by that timepiece,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like
Well,
it's
guy
so hard.
walking. I like my watches too, and sometimes that does
Mhm.
take over. And it's hey, if you get to that point in your life and you can buy one, absolutely, I love it.
But then
Why
it's
not, right?
funny. But then the stress comes up, Ed, where okay, I have a sport coat. Do I make it that the watch fits over the sport coat? Am I going to see
No,
it? My dress shirt is going to go over the watch, under the watch. How do I keep it? I've noticed guys that when they have a nice watch, no matter what they're wearing, the watch finds a way to stick out.
yeah, and a lot of times, like we do custom made too, right? A lot of times we make that less left or right sleeve a lot bigger, depending on what side, just so they can wear their watch, right?
Love it.
It's we measure the wrist and then their watch, and then that's the way it goes, right? So
Boom.
yeah,
Belie-
based on your watch, we're fitting you into custom. That's uh, as long as my watch fits.
When you're going down to get your next outfit, gentlemen, bring your watch, bring your shoes, and the rest of the outfit will get geared around that.
Yeah, and we've been doing a lot of custom made lately too. That's been a big one. A lot of guys are liking the custom made suits. We
Because
have our
nice
tailor
for
come
stuff to
in.
fit properly. Because again, we're
Oh,
not all
absolutely.
born as small, medium, large, extra large, and our bodies are all sorts of shapes. And it's nice when the stuff actually fits nicely for us. Like it's nothing more frustrating than when you go to a store and nothing fits you right. And
Yep.
then realizing that Ed can go and get it done so that it'll fit, or Ed can make a whole new outfit.
A
And
lot of a lot of fashion trends are seen on social media now, and you're seeing a lot of stuff online. You're like, man, I want that checkered suit that Austin Matthews or Mitch Marner or Nylander or
absolutely.
whoever, and it's like, okay, those fabrics aren't just off the shelf either, right? These guys are going and buying custom made stuff, right? So we
Absolutely.
do have the book of fabrics. We call our tailor in, we get it measured up, and before you know it, it takes 6 weeks, but you got a killer suit.
Boom.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we've already gone through our time. It's amazing how quickly an
No
hour
way.
goes by,
Wow.
just like that. And that's because
That was fun.
literally I could be in your store and we could have been talking the exact same way. It'd be the exact kind
Yeah.
of conversations. And that's again where I think what I can't tell what times I've been in your store and I thought, you know what, I wish I had a video of this because I think people would actually want to watch it.
Yeah.
So now they're actually going to be doing
That's
it.
right. That's right. And this is how it usually goes in the store anyway, right? So
Absolutely. Except I'd have a little new things to be able to take home and wear the next day to work. So
yeah. Well, you're getting the call in about 3 weeks when Barbados comes in. So
you know where to find me.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts? Any final fashion tips? Any final fashion thoughts you want to speak to the men out there?
My biggest thing is get your hair cut, take a shower, and make it fit. And I think look good, feel good has always been my motto. So
Amazing.
yeah, no, I appreciate you being a gracious host and having me on. And I love what you're doing, and I love your positivity, and I love positive people. So and I did this with love. So thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
And thank you for taking time out of your schedule. And that's Ed. And from Ed's Fashion, Ed.
That's Fine Imports.
Ed's Fine Imports. Like he's going to see fashion.
Shopped at my store for how many years?
I know, but I think of his fashion.
Walk in.
Thank you very much for taking the time for us today. And
Thank you,
hope to have you back on again.
Of course, why not?
And if we can raise your arm over here like this.
Oh.
Until next time, keep living
Everybody.
the chosen life.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, brother.
Wait a minute. Are we still running? Well, I know you already hit the subscribe button, the like button to say how much you love this episode, and the notification bell so you get notified of all our future episodes. But you still feel like you want more. Well, when you're ready to contact the chosen lawyers at Kormans LLP, we are here to help you. Whether you're looking to close a real estate transaction, a refinance, a corporate commercial matter like a lease, a shareholder agreement, an incorporation, you need a will or power of attorney prepared, a family law matter comes up, contact the chosen lawyers. We are here for you. So how do you get in touch with us? It's really simple. You go onto our website, go to kormans.ca, that's KORMANS.ca, fill out the contact form, and a chosen lawyer will get in touch with you. So it's very easy. We look forward to seeing you very soon. And thank you very much for watching The Chosen Life. We'll see you back very shortly.